Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we are going to review another of the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom figures. And this one is another of the battle damage figures, the Walmart exclusives I believe they are. But this one actually comes with two figures, and it's one that has been released quite a few times in this lineup. There's a number of them, and one that only I believe is released in this pack, and it is Extreme Chompin T-Rex, I believe he's called, and the Monolophosaurus. So this, in my opinion, is awesome. And this guy here, this Tyrannosaurus, so far as I'm concerned, is the best Tyrannosaurus of the entire lineup. Now, I do have the Super Colossal T-Rex, and he is absolutely awesome. I cannot stress that enough. But something about this one, I just absolutely love this guy. Cannot get enough of him, and the Monolophosaurus, in my opinion, is just as beautiful. It's a truly amazing toy, and one that I did not expect them to make at all. I had no idea that they were making this guy until I had seen, I believe somebody on the internet somewhere had posted a picture of this 2-pack, and I was like, wow, that's amazing that they made a Monolophosaurus, and he's beautiful in person, just like the Tyrannosaurus. So let's get a closer look at these guys. We'll start with the Monolophosaurus. Taking a look here at the head sculpt, you can see that the head is sculpted very, very nicely. It looks very beautiful. This little lump or hump or crest or whatever you want to call that thing up on the top of the head is sculpted very, very nicely. The eyes are a yellow color with a black pupil. They look pretty good. They are definitely a little glossed. You can see the teeth are a yellowish color. They look good as well. The jaw is articulated, but that's honestly one of the few things that I have had an issue with. There's actually two issues that I do have with this guy. The jaw is very, very hard to move and open. Like you can see, it's just kind of stiff. But then once he reaches a certain point, it flies open. Now see, it's very, very loose, but once it's about here, it's stiff beyond belief. I don't know if it just needs to be moved a little more or what the problem is, but it's something that this guy's definitely got going on. His jaw's a little harder to get open, especially compared to the others. The other ones I've had no issues with whatsoever, but this one definitely a little harder to open. You can see the other issue that I have here is that they, and it's probably just with mine or a few select toys, but you can see that the teeth, when they were painted, they kind of slopped the paint up onto the actual face of the dinosaur, up onto his lips and stuff. And that aggravates me a little bit, but I didn't notice it at the store until after I left. It's not that big of a deal because a step back you don't really notice it too much, but it's definitely something that is a little upsetting to me, but it's not that bad. But something that if you are going to go out and buy this pack that you can definitely look out for, and maybe yours won't have that. You can see on the inside of the mouth is a nice pinkish type of a color. It looks very good, got a beautiful gloss. The teeth, aside from being sloppy up here on the top of the mouth, are painted pretty nicely. They're sculpted very nicely, so they do look pretty good. The detail on the back of the neck here looks very nice as well. You can see a seam here, but it's not that bad considering they are toys. And you're going to see seams, especially like because he can move his neck like this. So you're going to see those seams here and there. It's just a part of life, I guess you could say. You could put it that way. The arms here are sculpted beautifully also, and they move very nicely. You can see they move that way, they move this way, so very articulated. The legs move very, very nicely as well. Beautiful sculpt work all over the body. The body looks absolutely awesome. You can see some very nice muscle tone here in the legs, and the scales are just absolutely top-notch all over the place. Beautiful sculpt work, nice calf muscles. The feet are larger than they should be, but they look very nice. You can see that the toenails aren't really painted a different color, but they are glossed and look very, very good. The entire sculpt work of this dinosaur's body is awesome. And the tail looks very good as well. You can see that the shade of green on the tail is actually a slightly different shade than is on the body, which I actually hadn't noticed before. It just changes just ever so slightly to a lighter green as opposed to this darker green on the body. But overall, the tail is sculpted very nicely. It has these nice little bumps that run the course of the entire body, with some little tiny bumps that are running along next to it. And then, of course, this is one of the battle damage figures, so you can just push this up, and now he does not have any type of damage, I guess. And then give it a shove, boom. He's now injured. and the entire inside of the battle damage looks very, very good. A nice red color with some gloss over it. It looks pretty good. Looks definitely like he's ripped up quite severely, but that's, in my opinion, a very life-threatening injury, so he's probably not going to survive. And then the underside is a nice lighter white color. So the paint job overall looks pretty good. It's a light green with a darker green that is painted on very, very nicely. Overall, I feel like the entire dinosaur is just done beautifully, and I love this Monolophosaurus. And then, of course, we have Mr. T-Rex, or Mrs. T-Rex, actually. It is Rexy the T-Rex, and it is beautiful. Absolutely awesome sculpt. Probably, in my opinion, the most screen-accurate sculpt that I think we've gotten so far in any Jurassic Park or Jurassic World toy. The original Red Rex by Kenner is probably the closest thing besides this, in my opinion, to a screen-accurate sculpt, as that one was very, very, very close. But I think this one might just be a little bit closer. But I don't know, that might just be my opinion. But either way, this guy is absolutely awesome. You can see that the detail is insane all over the place. Nice big yellow eyes right there, painted beautifully with a nice gloss over them. Black pupil, so that looks very good as well. His big special feature that he's got going on is his chomping ability, which opens his mouth insanely wide. And you can see the tongue sticking out, beautiful detail on the inside, nice gloss all over, and it works perfectly. It looks awesome in my opinion, very, very cool. You can see the detail is wonderfully done all over the place. I honestly like this guy, I think, a little better than the Colossal T-Rex, just because I feel like the detail is a little more significant on this one. I'm not sure if it's just my eyes deceiving me, because this one's smaller and the detail's probably a little more spread out and larger on the other one. But overall, I feel like the detail might just be a little more significant on this guy. You can see the nice Rexy arms. They do move perfectly. No issues whatsoever with that. Beautiful detail all over the place. The sculpt work on these guys is just incredible. Just look at these big, powerful legs. Just gigantic, bulging calf muscles. Beautiful muscle tone up here. And then down here, the feet are pretty large. They're definitely oversized, but they look very good. They're sculpted beautifully, and that is definitely just to help the dinosaur stand. And then the tail is sculpted out very nicely as well. The tail does move. It moves all over the place. You can see it's not like the Carnotaurus where you can actually twist it a 360, but it can move pretty much to anywhere you want it to, and it looks very good. It allows you to put this guy in some very, very cool poses, in my opinion. He also has a very articulated neck. You can see that you can turn the head to pretty much however you want it, and it stays absolutely perfectly. You can turn it and make him look to his left. You can turn it and make him look to his right, and he looks awesome. He can look up, he can look down, and it can make for some very, very cool poses. I kind of like to keep him in a pose like this, where he's kind of in an S type of a shape, and I think he looks very, very cool. Well, I guess I should say she. She looks very, very cool. So the overall detail on this guy is absolutely awesome. It looks beautiful everywhere. As with all of the Jurassic World toys, they are all phenomenal as far as I'm concerned, that I've seen anyway so far. They all look great. So once again, another awesome addition to the Jurassic World line. The only thing that I can say that I do not like about this Walmart exclusive version is, once again, the battle damage on the T-Rex is just weird. It's like these weird red lines. You can see it a little better because it's all over the place on this side. He's got it on the side of his ribs here. He's got it on the leg, on his tail. He's got it up here in the face. So, well, I keep calling him a he. Can't help it. She has it all over the place, and I don't really like that. I feel like that is just kind of cheesy, but I don't know. It's just not the best battle damage. I much prefer the battle damage that is on the Monolophosaurus. As you can just press it, it comes out. It looks cooler, and it doesn't look quite as cheesy as the other one. But overall, I don't mind it. I definitely want to get the Extreme Chompin T-Rex that is at Target and does not have that. And I just feel like that one would be a little better for me. I'm going to keep this guy too, just because I had to get him to get this guy. The Monolophosaurus, I believe, only comes with this Walmart exclusive version, so they kind of trick you into buying two if you want one without battle damage, but it's not that big of a deal. The only other thing that I can say that I honestly don't like about this set actually is this guy. I feel like when he moves his neck, it kind of leaves this awkwardness here, like this awkward lump here. It might be a little hard to see what I'm trying to tell you, but like right here, it just looks weird now. And again, when he lifts his head up, you can see this lump sticking out here, and it definitely is not the best, the way that you move its head like this. It doesn't look that great. On the other ones that are like this, the other battle damage figures, I feel like when you move the head up and down, it just meshes so well. It looks really smooth. But on this guy, it just looks a little weird once you move his head up or down. But it's probably just due to his pose that they wanted him in. But you can see what I'm talking about with the way it looks. It just looks a little weird. It probably could have been done a little better, but I don't hate it or dislike it or anything. I still absolutely love that figure. As far as size goes, we'll do the Monolophosaurus first. He's about almost 8 1/4. He's about 8 1/4 inches. And a little over 3 inches high. So the T-Rex, however, is quite larger. He's about 19 inches long and about 7 1/4 inches high, depending on how you have her standing. So she's pretty big, actually. Nowhere near as large as the colossal T-Rex, but still pretty darn big. Size comparison time. You can see the Papo T-Rex, significantly larger than the Monolophosaurus, but not even close to the same size as the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So he is definitely big. Monolophosaurus is pretty small, but they both look awesome in my opinion. And I believe that this guy, for both of these, it's only about $30, which is a fantastic deal, because all of the battle damage dinosaurs about this size are right around the $10 range. So you're basically just paying 20 bucks for an awesome Extreme Chompin T-Rex that looks beautiful. And so far, as I mentioned, it is probably my favorite of the versions of T-Rex that I've gotten so far. I do not have the Thrash and Throw Rex yet, so I do want to get that one and see how that one is. But yeah, overall this one's beautiful. I love the Colossal, but I think I like this one just a little bit more. I don't really know exactly why. I think he just looks like he has more detail to him. But the like I said, the Colossal is beautifully detailed as well. And the paint job on this one is absolutely beautiful. You can see all different sorts of shades of brown just all over the place. This thing is just covered in different shades. So as far as the paint job goes, I feel like they really went the extra mile on these Extreme Chompin Tyrannosaurs, and they look awesome. So yet another awesome figure from the new 2018 Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom movie. Absolutely fantastic by Mattel. Kicking the crap, as I said previously, out of Hasbro, and they are doing it with style because these figures rule, in my opinion. I haven't been so excited about Jurassic Park figures in years and years and years, and I also haven't been quite as obsessed with buying them, so maybe I kind of curse you, Mattel, because I haven't stopped thinking about buying these guys since they came out, and I can't stop buying the darn things because of them looking so stinking nice. So anyway, if you want to see more Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom figures, definitely subscribe because I have a lot more to come, as I intend on buying pretty much all of them as far as the dinosaurs go anyway, and I'll probably be trying to get some of the legacy figures as well as far as the people go, because I would not mind having a nice Ian Malcolm, Alan Grant, or an Ellie Sattler. So definitely subscribe if you want to see more. Please like and comment as well, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.